Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a topic that is often cloaked in silence and stigma: the experience of a woman with no friends. In a world that constantly tells us that friendship is essential, it can be incredibly isolating to find oneself without that support system. But let's take a moment to explore what this really means and how it reflects on our shared human experience. First, let's acknowledge the societal pressure to maintain a circle of friends. We see the images on social media: laughter, joy, and connection. These snapshots can create an illusion that friendship is easy and abundant. But for many, it's not that simple. The journey to find and nurture friendships can be riddled with challenges, insecurities, and vulnerabilities. For a woman navigating this landscape, it can feel like a daunting task. Many of us have faced moments of loneliness, whether due to moving to a new place, experiencing a life change, or simply growing apart from those we once considered close. In these moments, it's essential to understand that feeling disconnected does not equate to being unworthy of connection. Our worth is not determined by the number of friends we have, but by our inherent value as individuals. Let's consider the emotional landscape of a woman who feels she has no friends. It's easy to spiral into self-doubt, questioning our desirability as companions. We might think, "What's wrong with me?" or "Why can't I form meaningful connections?" But it's crucial to remember that friendships require vulnerability and courage. They take time to develop, and they often bloom in the most unexpected circumstances. We also need to recognize that friendships come in many forms. The depth of a connection matters far more than its breadth. A woman with no friends may be experiencing a transformative journey, a time for self-discovery, reflection, and growth. This space can serve as an opportunity to cultivate self-compassion and resilience. She may be learning to embrace solitude, recognizing that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Let's talk about the power of vulnerability in forging connections. It can be intimidating to reach out to others when we feel isolated. We may fear rejection or judgment. But vulnerability is the birthplace of connection. When we open ourselves up to others, sharing our true selves, we create the opportunity for others to respond with their own authenticity. So how do we bridge the gap? It starts with recognizing that every single one of us has a story. The woman with no friends is not alone in her struggle. By embracing our own vulnerability and extending compassion to ourselves, we pave the way for genuine connections to form. Whether it's through joining a group that shares our interests, volunteering, or simply reaching out to someone we admire, every step we take toward connection matters. As we move forward, let us remember that friendship is not a destination but a journey. It's about the moments we share, the laughter that bonds us, and the support we provide one another. For those who feel alone, I encourage you to take that brave step, to seek connections that nourish your spirit, and to allow others to see the beautiful, complex person you are. In closing, the story of a woman with no friends is not just one of loneliness, it's a narrative of potential growth and the endless possibilities of connection. Let's continue to honor our vulnerabilities and extend our hearts to one another, because in doing so, we create a world where everyone has a place, where every woman can find her tribe, and where friendship can flourish. In today's world, the notion of friendship carries significant weight, often viewed as a cornerstone of a fulfilling life. The societal pressure to maintain a circle of friends can be overwhelming, especially for women. We are frequently bombarded with images of friendship that seem effortlessly joyous: social media feeds filled with laughter, adventure, and camaraderie. These curated snapshots present an idealized version of friendship, suggesting that it comes easily to those who are deserving. However, for many women, the reality is far different. The pressure to conform to this ideal can create a sense of isolation for those who find themselves without a robust support network. The belief that one must have friends to be deemed successful or worthy can lead to feelings of inadequacy. A woman without friends may look at these images and wonder, "What is wrong with me?" or "Why can't I connect with others?" These questions can spiral into self-doubt, making her feel as though she is somehow less valuable or less capable of forming meaningful relationships. The idea that we should always have friends available for support or companionship adds to the stress of social interactions. Women, in particular, are often socialized to prioritize relationships and emotional connections. From a young age, we are taught the importance of nurturing friendships, which can lead to a sense of obligation to maintain connections, even when they no longer serve us. This societal narrative emphasizes the idea that friendships are a measure of our success, pushing women to feel that they must constantly cultivate and maintain relationships, even at the expense of their well-being. Moreover, the stigma surrounding loneliness can exacerbate these feelings. Society often views loneliness as a flaw, a sign of personal failure. This judgment can make it challenging for women to openly discuss their experiences. They may feel ashamed to admit they have no friends or are struggling to connect with others. This silence perpetuates the cycle of isolation, as it becomes difficult to seek help or support when one feels stigmatized. The truth is that many women experience periods of friendship droughts throughout their lives. Whether due to life transitions, such as moving to a new city, changing jobs, or entering a new stage of life like motherhood, these shifts can disrupt established social networks. In these times, it can feel like everyone else has friends to lean on, leaving those without friends feeling even more isolated. This disparity can be particularly pronounced in our digital age, where online connections often replace face-to-face interactions, further complicating the nature of friendships. The narrative of friendship as a constant, unwavering support system can also be misleading. Friendships can be seasonal, evolving as we grow and change. A woman may find that certain friendships no longer align with her values or interests, leading to a natural drift. This doesn't mean she is unworthy of friendship, it simply reflects the dynamic nature of human relationships. However, acknowledging this fluidity can be challenging, especially when societal norms dictate that friendships should remain stable and supportive at all times. The societal pressure can discourage women from embracing their own company. The message that one must have friends to be happy can lead to a fear of solitude. Instead of appreciating time alone as an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth, women may feel compelled to seek out superficial connections to fill the void. This can result in relationships that are more about filling a gap than genuine connection, leading to further dissatisfaction and feelings of loneliness. Yet, it is crucial to recognize that the absence of friends does not diminish a woman's worth. In fact, it can be an opportunity for self-discovery. When a woman finds herself without a support network, she has the chance to explore her interests, passions, and values in a way that may have been overshadowed by the demands of maintaining friendships. This period can lead to a deeper understanding of herself, laying the groundwork for more authentic connections in the future. It is important for society to shift the narrative surrounding friendship and loneliness. Rather than stigmatizing those without friends, we should celebrate the journey of self-exploration and self-acceptance. Women should be encouraged to seek out meaningful connections when they feel ready, rather than rushing to fill their social calendars for the sake of appearances. In summary, the societal pressure to have friends can create significant emotional challenges for women, leading to feelings of inadequacy and isolation. The expectation that friendship should be effortless often ignores the complexities of human relationships and the natural ebb and flow of social connections. By recognizing that loneliness can be a part of the human experience and that self-worth is not tied to the number of friends one has, we can begin to foster a more compassionate understanding of the unique journey each woman faces in her pursuit of connection. The notion of self-worth is intricately woven into the fabric of our social interactions and personal identity. In a world that often equates friendship with value, many women internalize the belief that their worth is contingent upon the number of friends they have or the depth of their social connections. This perspective can be particularly damaging, leading to a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity, especially for those who find themselves without a support network. At the heart of this issue is the misconception that friendships define our value as individuals. Society often celebrates social engagement as a hallmark of success, painting a picture where having many friends equates to being a well-rounded, fulfilled person. This narrative can be deeply ingrained, especially in cultures that prioritize community and collective experiences. Women in particular may feel this pressure acutely, as they are often socialized from a young age to prioritize relationships and emotional connections. The underlying message is clear: if you are not surrounded by friends, you might not be enough. This belief can lead to significant emotional turmoil. A woman without friends may find herself wrestling with feelings of inadequacy. She might ask herself, why don't I have friends like others do, or what's wrong with me? These questions can fuel a negative self-image and foster a belief that she is unworthy of connection. The internal dialogue may be filled with self-criticism, creating a chasm between how she perceives herself and how she wishes to be seen. This internalized belief can result in a reluctance to engage in social situations. When women feel their worth is tied to their friendships, they may avoid reaching out to others or participating in social events due to fear of rejection or judgment. The idea of putting oneself out there can be intimidating, especially when the stakes feel so high. This fear of social interaction can lead to further isolation, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. It's important to challenge the narrative that our self-worth is contingent upon our social relationships. Each woman has intrinsic value that is not dictated by external factors, such as friendships or social circles. Our worth is defined by who we are as individuals, our values, and our actions, rather than by the presence or absence of others in our lives. This understanding can be empowering, allowing women to reclaim their sense of self and recognize that they are complete individuals, regardless of their social situation. To foster a healthier perspective on self-worth, it's crucial to cultivate self-compassion. Many women struggle with the habit of harsh self-judgment, particularly in moments of loneliness or social struggle. Practicing self-compassion means treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding that one would offer a friend. This approach encourages women to acknowledge their feelings of loneliness without judgment, reminding them that it's okay to feel this way. Self-compassion can serve as a powerful antidote to the negativity that often accompanies feelings of isolation. It's vital to explore the idea that our connections can take many forms. While the traditional view of friendship often centers around close, intimate relationships, there are numerous ways to experience connection. Engaging with acquaintances, participating in community events, or joining interest-based groups can provide opportunities for connection that may not fit the mold of conventional friendships. Recognizing that connection is multifaceted can alleviate some of the pressure to form deep friendships and instead encourage women to embrace a broader definition of companionship. The journey to self-acceptance is often enhanced by recognizing personal strengths and qualities. Reflecting on one's achievements, skills, and unique characteristics can shift the focus from external validation to internal affirmation. When women celebrate their own abilities and contributions, they build a foundation of self-worth that is independent of social connections. This internal validation can be transformative, empowering women to engage with others from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. The influence of social media cannot be overlooked in discussions of self-worth and friendship. In a digital landscape where friendships are often showcased through curated images and highlights, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Women may scroll through their feeds and feel a sense of inadequacy when comparing their lives to the seemingly perfect friendships displayed online. It's essential to remember that social media often presents an edited version of reality, and those snapshots do not reflect the full complexity of human relationships. The realization that many people share similar struggles can be comforting. It's not uncommon for individuals to feel alone in their experiences, yet many are navigating similar feelings of isolation or loneliness. By acknowledging that these feelings are part of the shared human experience, women can begin to build connections based on authenticity, rather than the superficiality that often pervades social interactions. In essence, self-worth should not be tethered to the presence of friends. It is a fundamental aspect of our identity that exists independently of our social networks. By embracing self-compassion, redefining the concept of connection, celebrating personal strengths, and recognizing the influence of social media, women can begin to reclaim their sense of worthiness. In doing so, they create a foundation that fosters resilience and empowers them to seek genuine connections without the weight of societal expectations looming overhead. This journey of self-discovery and acceptance can ultimately lead to a richer, more fulfilling life, grounded in the knowledge that each woman is worthy of love and connection, regardless of her current social landscape. Navigating the emotional landscape of loneliness can be one of the most challenging experiences for a woman who finds herself without friends. It's important to understand that feelings of loneliness are not simply a byproduct of a lack of social connections. They can be profound and complex, touching upon various aspects of one's identity, self-perception, and emotional well-being. For many women, the absence of friendships can lead to an internal struggle filled with feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. When surrounded by messages that equate friendship with worthiness, the absence of these connections can evoke a sense of failure. A woman might find herself asking, "Why don't I have friends like others do?" or "What is wrong with me?" These questions often spiral into negative self-assessments, undermining her confidence and reinforcing the idea that she is somehow less deserving of love and connection. The emotional toll can be heavy, leading to increased feelings of anxiety and depression. Loneliness can amplify existing insecurities. For women who may already grapple with issues related to body image, self-esteem, or perfectionism, the absence of a supportive social network can exacerbate these feelings. Without friends to provide validation and encouragement, women may find it challenging to combat their internal critics. The voice of self-doubt can grow louder in the silence, leaving them feeling more isolated and disconnected from their sense of self. This can lead to a vicious cycle where loneliness begets further self-criticism, creating an emotional quagmire that feels impossible to escape. The emotional landscape of loneliness is also characterized by a sense of longing. Women may yearn for the companionship, support, and understanding that friendships can provide. This longing can create an intense desire to connect with others, yet the fear of vulnerability often holds them back. The prospect of reaching out to others can feel daunting, especially when one has internalized feelings of inadequacy. The desire for connection clashes with the fear of rejection, making it difficult to take the necessary steps toward forming new relationships. Understanding the emotional complexities of loneliness also involves recognizing the societal stigma attached to it. Loneliness is often viewed as a personal failing rather than a common human experience. This stigma can lead to silence, preventing women from sharing their feelings or seeking support. Many may feel compelled to put on a brave face, presenting themselves as strong and self-sufficient, even when they are struggling internally. The fear of being judged for their social situation can keep women from opening up to others, further perpetuating their isolation. In this context, self-compassion becomes an essential tool for navigating the emotional landscape of loneliness. When women experience feelings of loneliness, practicing self-compassion allows them to treat themselves with kindness and understanding rather than judgment. Acknowledging that loneliness is a universal human experience can help normalize these feelings and provide comfort. Instead of succumbing to self-criticism, women can learn to embrace their emotions, understanding that it's okay to feel lonely and that this does not define their worth. It's crucial to understand that loneliness is not just about the absence of friends, it can also stem from a lack of meaningful connections. A woman might have acquaintances or casual acquaintances, but still feel a sense of isolation due to the absence of deep, authentic relationships. This highlights the importance of quality over quantity in social interactions. The emotional richness of a single meaningful connection can outweigh a larger circle of superficial friendships. Therefore, focusing on cultivating genuine connections, even if they are few, can be a more fulfilling approach. Engaging in activities that promote self-discovery and personal growth can also serve as a pathway through loneliness. When a woman is in a phase of solitude, it can be an opportunity to explore her interests, passions, and values without the distractions of social obligations. This time can serve as a powerful period of self-reflection, allowing her to gain a deeper understanding of herself and what she desires in future friendships. Furthermore, pursuing hobbies or joining community groups related to her interests can provide avenues for connection with like-minded individuals. This proactive approach not only nurtures personal growth but also opens up the potential for new friendships to emerge organically. By focusing on shared interests, the pressure of forming connections diminishes, allowing relationships to develop more naturally. Mindfulness practices can also play a significant role in managing the emotional turmoil that accompanies loneliness. Techniques such as meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature can help women cultivate a greater awareness of their thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness allows individuals to observe their emotions without judgment, creating space for self-acceptance. This practice can help shift the focus away from feelings of loneliness and towards self-awareness and self-care, promoting emotional resilience. Engaging in community service or volunteer work can be a powerful antidote to feelings of isolation. Helping others fosters a sense of purpose and connection, reminding women of their ability to contribute to the world around them. In these settings, women often find opportunities to meet others who share similar values and interests, providing fertile ground for new friendships to blossom. The act of giving back can be incredibly rewarding, reinforcing the idea that they are valued and have something meaningful to offer, regardless of their current social situation. Ultimately, navigating the emotional landscape of loneliness is a deeply personal journey that requires compassion, understanding, and courage. By acknowledging and accepting their feelings, women can work towards reframing their experiences and seeking out meaningful connections. While the path may be challenging, it can also lead to profound personal growth and a deeper understanding of one's self-worth. Embracing the complexities of loneliness can be a stepping stone toward a more fulfilling life, where authentic connections can eventually flourish. Vulnerability plays a crucial role in forging genuine connections, yet it is often seen as a weakness in a society that prizes strength and self-sufficiency. For many women, the act of opening up and being vulnerable can be intimidating, especially in a world that sometimes equates vulnerability with exposure to rejection or judgment. However, embracing vulnerability is essential for building meaningful relationships and fostering authentic connections with others. At its core, vulnerability involves taking emotional risks, exposing one's true self, and allowing others to see our imperfections and struggles. This is particularly important for women who may feel societal pressure to present themselves as composed, put together, and resilient. The fear of showing weakness can lead to a facade of perfection that masks true feelings and experiences. As a result, women might find themselves engaging in superficial interactions rather than forming deep, meaningful relationships. The irony is that true connection often arises from shared vulnerability. When individuals allow themselves to be seen flaws and all they create is space for others to do the same. Sharing personal stories, fears, and struggles fosters empathy and understanding, enabling connections to form based on authenticity. When one person opens up about their challenges, it often encourages others to reciprocate, creating a dialogue rooted in shared experiences. This mutual exchange can strengthen bonds and create a sense of belonging that is vital for emotional well-being. Many women might hesitate to embrace vulnerability due to the fear of being judged or rejected. This fear can stem from past experiences where sharing personal feelings led to negative outcomes. When vulnerability is met with criticism or dismissal, it can reinforce the belief that opening up is unsafe. However, it is essential to recognize that not all responses to vulnerability will be negative. While there may be risks involved, the potential for genuine connection often outweighs the fear of vulnerability. In fact, vulnerability can be a powerful catalyst for growth, both personally and within relationships. When women embrace their vulnerabilities, they often experience a sense of liberation. Acknowledging one's fears, insecurities, or struggles can lead to greater self-awareness and acceptance. This process allows women to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and their needs, enabling them to seek connections that align with their authentic selves. Additionally, vulnerability fosters resilience. When women share their struggles and receive support from others, it reinforces their capacity to cope with challenges. This network of support can create a buffer against loneliness and isolation, helping women feel more connected and understood. Sharing experiences can also provide perspective, allowing women to recognize that they are not alone in their challenges. The act of opening up can turn vulnerability into a source of strength, forging connections that are grounded in empathy and compassion. The workplace and social environments often perpetuate the myth that vulnerability is synonymous with weakness. Women may feel compelled to project an image of competence and confidence, fearing that showing vulnerability will undermine their credibility or authority. However, leaders and colleagues who embrace vulnerability can create a more inclusive and supportive atmosphere. When individuals at all levels share their experiences, it encourages collaboration and trust, fostering a culture where everyone feels safe to express themselves. Creating an environment where vulnerability is welcomed can also lead to enhanced creativity and innovation. When individuals feel safe to share their ideas, including the imperfect ones, it can spark discussions that drive progress. Acknowledging that mistakes are part of the process allows for experimentation and exploration, leading to breakthroughs that may not have been possible in a culture that stifles vulnerability. This shift in perspective can benefit not only personal relationships but also professional environments. To cultivate vulnerability in relationships, it's essential to start small. Women can practice opening up in safe spaces with trusted individuals who have demonstrated understanding and empathy. This gradual approach allows for the establishment of a foundation of trust, where vulnerability can be reciprocated without fear of judgment. Over time, as comfort levels grow, women can extend this practice to broader social circles, ultimately enriching their connections with deeper and more meaningful interactions. Active listening is another crucial element of fostering vulnerability. When women engage in conversations, offering a listening ear and validating the experiences of others can create an atmosphere of safety. This encouragement allows individuals to feel that their feelings and thoughts are respected and valued. When vulnerability is met with empathy and understanding, it becomes easier for individuals to express themselves freely, promoting authentic connections. Sharing stories of vulnerability can serve as a powerful tool for building connections. When women openly discuss their experiences, whether related to personal struggles, relationships, or career challenges, they humanize themselves and create opportunities for others to relate. Storytelling fosters intimacy and connection, breaking down barriers that may exist between individuals. Embracing vulnerability requires courage and a willingness to confront the discomfort that comes with exposing one's true self. It is a journey that involves self-discovery, self-acceptance, and the pursuit of deeper connections with others. By recognizing that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a pathway to authenticity, women can cultivate richer, more meaningful relationships. In a world that often glorifies invulnerability, it is essential to challenge the narrative and embrace the power of vulnerability. By fostering an environment where vulnerability is celebrated rather than shamed, women can forge connections rooted in understanding, empathy, and shared experiences. Ultimately, these authentic connections can lead to a more fulfilling life, where relationships are not just based on surface-level interactions but are deepened by the courage to be vulnerable and real. The idea that friendships can take many forms is essential to understanding the dynamics of connection, particularly for women navigating periods of solitude or social uncertainty. In a society that often places a premium on traditional notions of friendship, large circles of close companions, or a tight-knit group of best friends, it can be easy to overlook the various ways in which meaningful relationships can manifest. Recognizing the diversity of friendships allows women to explore connections that resonate with their individual experiences, interests, and needs. Firstly, it's important to understand that not all friendships have to fit a specific mold. Many women may feel pressured to adhere to the archetype of friendship often portrayed in media, a group of friends who engage in regular activities, share every aspect of their lives, and are always available for one another. While these kinds of friendships can be incredibly fulfilling, they are not the only way to experience connection. Life circumstances such as career changes, moves to new cities, or shifts in personal priorities can impact social circles and create periods of loneliness. During these times, it's crucial to appreciate that friendships can be fluid and evolve over time. A woman may find herself developing connections with colleagues, neighbors, or acquaintances that do not fit the traditional friendship narrative yet can still provide companionship and support. These relationships might begin as casual interactions but can deepen over time, becoming sources of encouragement and understanding. A coworker who shares similar interests or challenges can offer a sense of camaraderie, creating a bond that can be just as meaningful as that of lifelong friends. Such connections can alleviate feelings of isolation, reminding women that support can come from unexpected places. Friendships based on shared interests can provide a fulfilling alternative to conventional relationships. Engaging in hobbies, joining clubs, or participating in community events can lead to encounters with like-minded individuals who share similar passions. These connections may not follow the traditional trajectory of friendships, but they can foster a sense of belonging and fulfillment. For instance, a woman who joins a book club or a hiking group may find herself forming connections with fellow members that are rooted in shared experiences and interests. Such relationships can bring joy and excitement into one's life, even if they lack the depth typically associated with long-term friendships. The concept of situational friendships also deserves attention. These are connections that arise in specific contexts, such as during a class, workshop, or community service project. Although these friendships may not be as intimate as those developed over years, they can provide valuable support and encouragement in particular areas of life. For example, a woman taking a painting class might bond with her classmates over their shared experience of learning and creating together. These situational friendships can enrich life by adding diversity to social interactions and allowing women to connect with others in meaningful, albeit temporary, ways. Friendships can be redefined in the context of life stages. Women often go through various phases in life, each bringing its own challenges and changes. For instance, a woman who becomes a new mother might find herself connecting with other mothers who understand the unique challenges of parenting. These relationships may be born out of shared experiences and can provide invaluable support. As life circumstances change, so too can the nature of friendships, emphasizing that connections can adapt to the evolving needs of individuals. While it's easy to overlook the value of casual connections, these relationships can play a significant role in combating loneliness and fostering a sense of community. A neighbor you chat with while taking out the trash or a classmate you exchange pleasantries with can provide essential social interactions that contribute to an overall sense of well-being. These seemingly insignificant moments can create a sense of connection that helps to fill the emotional void created by a lack of close friendships. The advent of technology and social media has expanded the possibilities for friendship beyond geographic boundaries. Online communities and social media platforms offer opportunities to connect with individuals who share similar interests, values, or life experiences. Women can find support and camaraderie in virtual spaces, allowing them to forge relationships that transcend traditional definitions of friendship. These connections can lead to meaningful conversations and shared experiences, providing a sense of belonging that is often felt in physical friendships. It's essential to approach these alternative forms of friendship with an open mind. By allowing themselves to engage with various types of connections, women can broaden their social horizons and find joy in unexpected places. It's also important to recognize that quality often outweighs quantity in relationships. A few meaningful connections, whether they are casual acquaintances or shared interest friends, can provide the emotional support and companionship that many women crave, even if they don't fit into conventional categories. To cultivate these diverse friendships, women should embrace opportunities for social engagement, even when it feels uncomfortable. Joining clubs, attending events, or volunteering in the community can serve as avenues for meeting new people. The key is to approach these interactions with curiosity and an open heart, allowing connections to form organically over time. Nurturing existing relationships, no matter how casual, can lead to deeper bonds. Taking the time to reach out to acquaintances or engage in small talk can lay the groundwork for future connections. Women can also consider fostering situational friendships by actively participating in group activities where shared experiences can be cultivated. Embracing the idea that friendships can take many forms allows women to navigate their social lives with greater flexibility and openness. The richness of human connection lies not only in the depth of long-term friendships, but also in the beauty of diverse relationships that can enhance one's life. By appreciating and seeking out these varied forms of friendship, women can create a more fulfilling social landscape, one that recognizes the power of connection in all its many manifestations. The importance of community and connection in fostering resilience and emotional well-being cannot be overstated. In a world where the pressures of daily life can sometimes feel overwhelming, Having a sense of community provides individuals with the support they need to navigate challenges. For women, especially those who may find themselves without a close circle of friends, recognizing the value of community can lead to transformative experiences and meaningful connections. At its core, community is about belonging. It encompasses a sense of shared identity and purpose, creating an environment where individuals feel supported and valued. Women who are experiencing loneliness or a lack of friends can greatly benefit from engaging with their communities, as this involvement can serve as a powerful antidote to feelings of isolation. When women participate in community activities, be it through local organizations, clubs, or volunteer work, they open themselves up to opportunities for connection and support. This engagement fosters a sense of belonging and reinforces the idea that they are part of something larger than themselves. The act of contributing to a community can also provide a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. Many women find that participating in activities that align with their values and passions brings a sense of joy and satisfaction. Volunteering for a cause they care about, mentoring others, or even participating in community events can provide women with a sense of agency. This involvement can create a powerful cycle of giving and receiving, where women not only support others but also feel supported in return. Such reciprocity strengthens the bonds within a community, reinforcing a collective sense of resilience. Being part of a community allows women to witness the diverse experiences of others. This exposure can be incredibly enriching, broadening perspectives and fostering empathy. In a supportive community, women have the opportunity to connect with individuals from various backgrounds, each bringing their own stories and insights. This interaction cultivates a sense of understanding and solidarity, reminding women that they are not alone in their struggles. Hearing others' stories can be empowering and can help alleviate feelings of isolation by emphasizing shared experiences and common challenges. Engaging with a community can serve as a reminder that vulnerability is a natural part of the human experience. When women witness others sharing their challenges and triumphs, it creates an atmosphere where it is safe to be open and authentic. This environment encourages individuals to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment, fostering deeper connections. The knowledge that others are navigating similar struggles can create a profound sense of camaraderie and connection, reinforcing the idea that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength. Building community connections also fosters resilience in the face of adversity. When challenges arise, be it personal struggles, health issues, or life transitions, having a support network becomes invaluable. A strong community can provide emotional support, practical assistance, and encouragement during difficult times. Women who actively engage with their communities are more likely to have access to these resources, making it easier to navigate life's ups and downs. The support and encouragement of community members can help women develop coping strategies, reinforcing their ability to bounce back from challenges. The importance of community extends beyond immediate social connections. Women can find strength in collective action and advocacy efforts, uniting to address shared concerns and challenges. Whether it's participating in community organizing, engaging in social justice initiatives, or supporting local causes, these efforts can empower women and reinforce their sense of agency. When women come together to effect change, they create a sense of solidarity that transcends individual experiences, amplifying their voices and impact. In an increasingly digital world, the concept of community has also evolved. While online connections can provide valuable support, it's essential to find a balance between virtual engagement and real-life interactions. Online platforms offer opportunities to connect with individuals who share similar interests and values, allowing women to build relationships that may not have been possible otherwise. However, it's crucial to complement these online connections with in-person interactions to cultivate a sense of belonging and community that is grounded in physical presence and shared experiences. The journey toward community connection begins with a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. Women may need to challenge themselves to engage in activities that promote social interaction, even if it feels daunting. This could mean attending local events, joining clubs, or volunteering for community initiatives. While it may take time to build relationships, the effort can yield significant rewards. Each small step toward engagement can lead to increased social connections and a sense of belonging. Additionally, women should recognize the importance of nurturing existing relationships within their communities. Taking the time to reach out to neighbors, acquaintances, or fellow community members can lead to deeper connections. Small gestures such as inviting someone for coffee, attending a community event together, or simply checking in on others can help build a network of support. By fostering these connections, women create a foundation of community that can be invaluable during challenging times. As women engage with their communities, it's essential to approach these interactions with an open heart and mind. Each connection has the potential to enrich life in unique ways. While some relationships may develop into close friendships, others may serve as valuable social interactions that provide moments of joy and connection. By embracing the diversity of community relationships, women can cultivate a rich tapestry of support and connection that enhances their overall well-being. In summary, the importance of community and connection in fostering resilience and emotional well-being is profound. Engaging with a community provides women with opportunities for support, understanding, and shared experiences. By recognizing that connections can take many forms and actively participating in their communities, women can combat loneliness and cultivate a sense of belonging. Ultimately, these community ties can create a foundation of strength that empowers women to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. In conclusion, embracing the diverse forms of friendships and recognizing the value of community can significantly enhance emotional well-being for women. By engaging in meaningful connections, whether through shared interests, situational relationships, or community involvement, women can combat loneliness and foster resilience. Vulnerability, openness, and a willingness to explore different types of relationships create opportunities for authentic connections. Ultimately, these bonds enrich lives and provide the support needed to navigate life's challenges, reminding women that they are never truly alone on their journey.